26 Charlie Tango 1017 1017 listening.
Hi all, I think I've had another subscriber, so thanks for that. Quick rambling video. I've got nothing in particular to say really, other than I hope your day's been not too bad considering this storm Doris. I was in my kitchen earlier and I heard a loud bashing, crashing sound. Probably, I don't know, 4:30, 5 o'clock. It was dark, so it might have been 5:15, I'm not sure, but looked out the window, thought, whoa, what was that? Went out the back, a wallop. One fence panel had half collapsed and the other one had collapsed. They'd been up about 2 years. I was dangling in the next door neighbour's garden. So that was my first bit of misfortune. I hope all your antennas have managed to survive it and stay up. On my last video, I'm basically waiting for a radio that I bought last night. It'll probably take another 3 or 4 days till it gets here. Another unboxing video. I didn't say what it was. I'll give some clues out, and I won't say who he is, but if you read the comments and you'll find out, you guessed it correctly. So well done, mate. Well done on that one. I only give one clue away, didn't I? Really, the colour of it, and you guessed it correctly. So well done there. Won't say who you are. If people watch the video and they read the comments, then they'll find out who you are and what radio it was. So a bit of investigation work there. I was bragging on my last video about how good my homemade antenna's been since I put it up probably 3 months ago, and I've had some fantastic contacts on it. I really have. Spoke to Salisbury Plain, which works out to about 138 miles Google Maps claims it is from me in the Midlands. If you knock off 18 miles for curvature in the map, or your directions to get there via road, and say as the flow cries, as the crow flies, we'll call it 120 miles. That's a blooming good copy for 4 watts. Spoke to Andy. Didn't record it. My video cam was probably in the house being recharged. Bit dead. Nobody's on here yet. Ooh, I'll say that, and then somebody in Birmingham keys up. 11:43 it is, and it's the day of Storm Doris, 23rd of February. Anyhow, there was me bragging about my antenna last night and everything else. Now, it's been dark since I came in here. It's dark outside, so I can't see up the pole 25 foot high to see what's going on, but basically it's gone a tater. My homemade antenna's gone a tater, and that's 99.9% my fault, because when I attached the coax after I made the antenna, let me just turn the radio off in the background. It's getting interference and it's winding me up. Bear with me, folks. I'll turn this radio off. Try and keep this video as stable as I can. Right, that's that turned off. Less racket. I came into my man cave, turned my radio on, and because I did a budget and scarper manoeuvre when I fitted it, because it was so cold early in the morning, -2, and my ladders, my hands were freezing, everything else. I got 2 matches in here, so the swell was 1.8. I should have persevered, carried on climbing up the ladders, and messed about trimming the top till the swell came down. Then I wouldn't have had to use a matcher. But I did a real rush job, because I'd never made one before and I'd never used one before, and I didn't realise how good it was going to be. So that's why I did a budget and scarper. So basically, when I connected the coax to the side of the 10-metre fishing pole, the fiberglass fishing pole, I only used insulation tape a few times, about every 10 inches, every foot, something like that. I put a couple of turns. Obviously it's been that windy today that the fiberglass fishing pole's been bending right over at a severe angle. Not stretched the cable, but made the cable come loose under the tape, I would guess. So therefore it's as it comes down, it's like instead of being straight level with the pole, it's coming out in little half circles as it comes down. I think I can't see it clearly to be sure, but I couldn't tune it in with a tuner that I normally use. I mean, it's a bit of a Mickey Mouse piece of equipment, one of these. I bought it brand new and it sat here not being used, and then that's when it had its first use. It did work. It's a bit, those little knobs on the right hand side where it says tune there, they're a bit fiddly. You've only got to touch it a slight bit and the needle jumps right up. So it's a very delicate piece to use. One that Timmy gave me or borrowed me. I think I've showed you people before. This one is the same type of thing, but because it's much bigger and the plates are bigger inside, the tuning plates, this one is quite, it doesn't look big, but it's quite big compared to that. Obviously it hasn't got a meter, so you then have to put in line another meter as well. And if you use a bit of extra power, a little naughty burner as it were, then you've got another patch lead. So what I'm trying to say in short is it makes more sense to try and get your SWR as low as you possibly can in the first place, so that you don't have to use matches. They're more for emergency situations, I would guess, than a permanent, a permanent fixture. So behind me I happen to have about 60 foot of brand new coax. So as soon as we get a mildish day, it doesn't have to be a pleasurable, get your swimming trunks on and do some sunbathing. But as soon as we get a mildish day, it's not so windy, I'll get up them ladders and I'll make yet another antenna. This time I'm going to go for the T2LT, because that's what I've been calling the last one, but it was a hybrid between one of those and a bazooka. I won't go into the details because it's boring, but well, when I construct it, I'll do as quick as I can video. By the way, I got my antenna analyzer here. I've never charged it since I bought it brand new. I think I got it for 180 quid. I've got a receipt knocking around somewhere. Or was it 199? It was reduced anyway from some shop in London, and I've never actually charged the thing up since I've had it new. I'll try and get rid of the reflection there. I've not actually used it that many times, probably about 8 times since I've owned it. 60% charge left in it. Anyhow, my homemade antenna is plugged into it as we speak in the top, look, there. Low loss, really thick quality, low loss coax. You have to be careful with this stuff with little meters, because it'll be hovering in the sky in a minute. So if we do a scan, I'll show you where it is now. I think it's resonant to about 30 megahertz. Well, let's zoom in. We'll alter the digits. Basically, I came in here and I couldn't tune the antenna to go on my CB. Oh yeah, what's gone wrong here then? Put the antenna analyzer straight on it, and I'm sure it said it was resonant about 29 megahertz, which it's on now. Look, is it on 28 or 29? I can't see at this angle with this light. I think it's 28, so I'll set it to 29. There, look, and now I'll do a scan. Right, here we go. Right, there's the dip. So we'll move this red line along. Dead easy to use, I tell you. Good bit of kit. Get it so it's right bang in the dip. There, look. It says the SWR's 1.4, and that's it. What's that at? 26,900. You little liar. When I tried it earlier on, I got the dip at 30. See, it's amazing when you do these videos, My videos never go to plan because I'm always called a liar by something. Resistance 56. That's not too bad, is it? I think that's resistance. Hopefully it's not reactance. I think it's... I've never read the instructions on the thing since I've owned it. According to that then, now, it's saying at 26,9200 megahertz, my SWR is 1.4. Now when I checked it earlier on, right, we'll alter the, I'll try and keep the video camera so you can see. I'll alter the span, press scan, right, there you go, look, it's done another dip for us. Get it in the dip, yeah, the little bugger. 26,600. Now where I want to use it, it really wants to be 27,600. I'll put it on 27,400. Look. Right, now we'll scan it there and see how high the SWR is. I mean, really, if it's less than 2.5, I should be able to. There you go. Right, where the dip is, look. get the red line in the dip, and that's saying I've got a swar 1.4 26,8400. We want it 27. Okay, press the scan button. I think I'm using this wrong actually. It's been a while since I used it. So press return when it finishes. Press return. Single. Alright, now that's going to tell you what the swar is. Live, as it were, without doing a scan. Obviously at 1400 megahertz, I've got a very high swar, which I would expect. So I'll turn this and we'll go. I'll try and hold the video camera so you can see it. It's hard to... Right, 2700 dead. It's saying it's about 1.4. Right, carry on. 29. See, 29, it's gone out now. When I checked this about 2 hours ago, maybe it was waterlogged or something, I'm not sure. Alright, let's see where we get the lowest swar. That's 26. 27. Right, at 27. 27 dead look. My resistance is just over 50 ohms, which is very good. My SWR is about 1.4. Well, would you add them and leave it? I'll move the decimal point, look, from the 7, take it over to the next digit there, and I'll turn it to a 600. 4. I'm sorry about the focusing and the wobbling. 5, 6. Right, so see there, look, 27,600. It's a 2, and the resistance has gone up as well. Reactance is below 50. So yeah, I'm not going to bother with this anymore now, this antenna. I'm actually going to make another one, but I'm going to have the patience. So I'll turn this off, hold that, no, you rotter, exit. Right, hold the button for about 4 seconds, turns off. Right, we'll leave that there. Yes, what I'm going to do, my plan of action is I'm going to make another one, and I'm going to spend the time to get the SWR down on it, and I'm going to use not insulation tape to attach it to the fishing pole. I shall use proper tie clips this time, and I shall do a proper job. I'll try and make it so it doesn't coincide with the kiddies coming out on the break, because I'd hate to see that. I would hate them to see me falling off the ladders, because the other side, this wall behind my radio equipment, is a 7-foot fence, or 8 foot, probably an 8-foot fence, 3 foot of no man's land, and then a metal big tall spiky fence. On the other side of that is a playing ground. And it just seems to coincide, because I don't look at my watch when I do these things, when I decide to do these jobs. The kids were just going into school. When I originally got the ladders out, it was all quiet at 7:30 in the morning when I put the antenna up, but by the time I messed about doing this, doing that, it was 8:30 and the playground was filling up with children, and my ladders were frozen. It was -2. I was absolutely freezing. Bit of a wind, not too bad, but and little kiddies were inquisitive, they're looking up as if to say, what's that bloke doing on them ladders with that big long thing? So I didn't want to go up and down. They're in the playground for a good 20 minutes. I didn't want to take it all down and keep readjusting it. I thought, if I fall off the ladders, I don't want them lot to see me while I'm waiting for the air ambulance or whatever. But so I did it once. 1.8 as well was. I left it and thought I'll use my matcha. So at the moment, the only antenna I've got to receive on is my A99, and I've already heard people in Birmingham. If it weren't for the crackling noise, you would actually hear what they're saying, and that's what kills commercial antennas where I live. You don't hear what anybody's saying unless they're giving you at least a 7.5 pound, because they're mixed in with the crackly interference I've always suffered with. Nobody around really now to show you, but it's too late at night. But as I say, earlier on tea time, there's loads of people in Birmingham, which is 25 to 30 miles from where I am. I would normally hear them, but on my home, see, there's somebody talking now. You can hear a voice, but you can't make out what he's saying. Either way, as I say, I hope all your antennas have survived. We've had a few destructions in the garden. A few of the wife's ornaments are broken. my long, not a long wire, I've got a 40-metre dipole up, and it's at the guttering of the house, and it goes down the garden. And what I tied it off with to a fence, I had about 5 foot of nylon string. That must have snapped, so I had copper wire coiled round all across the back lawn. So I had to go out in the strong winds and sort that out. Then, as I say, I had a fence panel blow down, but I don't suppose, well, 2 fence panels blow down. So then I was out with my drill and screws and in the dark doing that, putting that back up, because our little dog would get out and he'd be in the neighbours' gardens, which wouldn't be appreciated. But we can't moan really, because some lady apparently died in, I think they said Wolverhampton today. Some debris come off a roof and hit her and killed her. So what's a couple of fence panels, or what's an antenna coming down? You can buy another one, can't you? Can't buy a life. So I suppose on that basis, you know, even if your aerial has come down, it's just a bit of bad luck. But changing the subject back to the radios, I'm going to sell the home base Midland. I did ask the guy who did me jumbo. He did a fantastic job on it. He really did. A very good price as well. This Midland thing 76900 thing, we'll call it. There you go. Put it on 19. I did ask him if he'd look at it, take the mid block out and retune the radio, and he said yeah, no problem, yeah, no problem. And I've got every faith in the man, he'd do this with his eyes closed. Yeah, look, now that is the first thing I hate about the radio. It goes with a thump. When you've got the squelch up, somebody keys up, you hear this continual thumping sound, and for an expensive radio, which they were in the day, shouldn't do that. It's blooming that irritates me big time. That irritates me, that does. Hear it? Just so irritating. So I ain't even going to bother getting it done. It works. I could transmit on it all night, wouldn't have a problem. There's a bit of play in this shaft. I think it's the way that is mounted on the shaft. See the play there, look. When you're turning it, it's fine. When you turn it anti-clockwise, it's fine. It won't come off. I've tried giving it a bit of a pull, it won't come off. But there's a bit of play in there. Now inside there, I'm not sure if it's a flat screw head in that hole. And there's also another one as well. I can't see inside, see whether it's a flat screw head in that hole there, or whether it's an Allen key head. I haven't even tried. Also one there, look, inside there. So you got 2. Maybe all they need is tightening up, and that would take the play out. I'm not sure. If it went over to Leicester to do, I'd ask him to put two LED, well, 3 LEDs in there, because I think they look nice when they're a whitey colour instead of a, well, slightly gone off brown colour. They should actually, bulbs should have like little plastic condoms on them, and that should be illuminated slightly green. So obviously the bulbs have been replaced at some point, and maybe they got, I don't know, lost, whatever. Who knows the history of these things are getting on. But this radio I bought off Adrian was half the price of that one there, more or less. In fact, it was less than half the price, and I got the box with this one. I'm not bothered about a box, it doesn't work any better, but it's got a lovely squelch on it, this one. It just, somebody breaks the squelch really smooth, not a that winds me up. This really winds me up, this does. And I never ever in the day thought they were worth the money. Yeah, look, that's what it does when somebody comes in. That winds me up. A man who knows what he's doing, which is not me, could probably could do it himself, or get somebody else to put a soft squelch conversion. I have seen that done to radios. So that's the first thing what winds me up. And do I want to spend 40 quid on it, getting LEDs, getting the mid block took out and retuned, because I don't really like the radio. I bought it on a notion that, you know, it's one of those purchases I shouldn't really have bought. So that's going to go on eBay in the next week. I got a Route 66, really clean one up there. That's going to go on eBay. What else have I got? Blimey, I've got loads of stuff amongst my junk. Right, hang on, get it over here quickly without tripping over anything. Right, sorry about the quick turn around there, hope it didn't make you sick. Harrier CBX there with a polished front, that'll be going on eBay in the next week. 3900 is very clean radio, works very nice. 110 quid that's going on there for. The other one down there, that will go for about 30. Route 66, I think Fred in the shed said he wanted that, but he's not told. Well, I think he said to commemorate the birth of CB or something, but I don't know how long that is till he wants it. I won't hang on to it for too long because I need more room. I've got to do things in my man cave to make more room for myself, because like I say, I have purchased another radio that I'm waiting for. So there's another radio I'm going to acquire, but that I've bought. So some of these radios are going to go. So out of the two, out the Midland and the Uniden, I'll keep the Uniden. Get rid of the Midland. Get rid of the Route 66. Get rid of the 3900, which works very well. It's a very clean radio. That'll give me a bit more room. My Lincoln, I shall keep that forever and a day. My little CRT, this one here that you've seen before. No rush to get rid of that one. That's going to go in my van for the summer for mobile. I've got a Leeson TW232 that it works perfect, but it's tatty. It's how I got it when I bought the Jumbo. I will try and show you it. Sorry for the wobbly camera business. The actual plaque on it is in very good condition. It's very clean. But all the shaft, all this bit, look, once that's been, what I could do one or two things with this. I could take all the guts out of it, take the head off at the top, look, it's only 2 screws you undo, and I could take that. I know somebody does powder coating, I could have it powder coated black. It'll look like brand new. All the gear on it's fine. And then somebody who's got a Ham International whatever, maybe a Jumbo, whatever, they would like this, because all this is very clean. It's not all scratched up. Very clean. So that's, well, I'll tell a lie, there's a little scratch there, look. Yeah, there's a little scratch there. I haven't done it, that's how I got it. But I could certainly get it looking proud. Not that it does at the moment. But it's superficial. I'll get that done, knock that out for about, I don't know, depends how much I have to spend on it. I could either spray it matte black or slightly shiny black. It does work perfect, and they're very good bikes. They've got a very good audio, these Leesons have. I've had loads of them over the years. Yeah, so I'll get that sorted, and then I'll sell that as well. And I'm sure somebody's got a Jumbo or Ham International, whatever, will be probably interested in buying that. And other than that, I ain't really got a great deal more to say. So I hope you've had a good day, and this silly wind hasn't caused too much damage for you. Rambling and rabbiting on as I normally do. So the next video I will do will be the unboxing of the question mark radio that I've paid for and waiting to be delivered by Hermes. Yeah, so hopefully it'll get here in one piece, coming from the northeast near Yarmouth somewhere. So it was an impulse purchase as usual, but for the price, I will tell you the price when I unbox it, for the condition that it looks like it's in, if it works, because as they say, it was untested. They turned it on and plugged it in, it came on, but they ain't got an aerial to test it with, so they couldn't verify that it worked. So I'm taking a bit of a chance, really, because there's a lot of dishonest people, as I say. They could know something's knackered and use that, and non-refundable. So if you get it and it's buggered, you ain't going to be able to get your money back. So it's just a clever way of selling buggered radios. Not very good, is it, really, being dishonest? Most people aren't, but the occasional one is. So that's that. That's my rant. And I even clamped, look, on my table, a little G-clamp with that mount, so I could point my camera at there. But then it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work with my antenna analyzer, etc. So yeah, you'll have to put up with a wobbly video on this one. Anyhow, take care all. 73s, 88s. I wish you well. Next video is an unboxing one. And I'm hoping, well, I'm not going to say with fingers crossed, because that's normally bad luck for me, that is, and touching wood and all that sort of rubbish people say. But hopefully it will work. And if it does work, it'll be a corker, because like I said, it's like brand new. Receipt, instructions, original box, original packaging, everything. Very rare to get something what's about 37 years old, what's in that sort of, with all its tackle, as it were. Take care, I'm gone. You look after yourselves till next time. Bye for now.